Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional owners of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Entertainment only. Okay, now, like probably the rest of the world, I've put my trip and wait tarot away. Really, as per the previous video, it was just blah, 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 and couldn't be interested in the dude at all. So, first of the month for me here in Australia, 1st of June. Goodness me, wasn't it only the 1st of March last week? A reminder to check your registration if you're a US voter. And let's get started. Okay, I want to check your registration if you're a US voter, because we do know that sometimes you fall off for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Right, I'm using my runic tarot for this reading. It's a bit of a dark deck. I've got the overhead lights on. I shall do my best. But I want to have a look at to see whether Benjamin Netanyahu will actually travel to the US to address Congress. Mike Johnson has put out an invite to him, did it a little while ago. Schumer, after absolutely scathing at Netanyahu as leader of the Senate, has it feels like reluctantly uh, uh, joined in the invite. It feels very much like, now for those that know that I've been going through this leveling up, I'm having feelings and visions a lot more powerfully, and Schumer um, it feels like he's reluctantly agreed because it would be petty to do otherwise after Johnson had issued the invitation. He's not happy about it, but it does feel like that's why he's come on board. Now, what I do see, I've had this clearest vision when I was actually looking at doing this reading. It's my third attempt to start it because I was getting off track a little bit there. But I've got this clearest vision of actually standing in the back shadows of the house. Haven't been there, don't know what it's like, but I feel like I'm sort of right up the back and the top in the shadows looking down. And I'm not seeing Netanyahu there himself. What I'm really getting is a vision more of a big screen. You know, when you go to a concert and there's the tiny, tiny little figure on the stage and they have the big screen, to me it feels like more of a video conference type addressing. So I do feel that, yes, he will address the House. No, he won't be there in person. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at what do we need to know about Netanyahu addressing the invitation for Netanyahu to address Congress. Come on down, let's have a look. I'm feeling a real pain in the back of my knee for some reason. Four of Swords, the signifier card that's come out, the Four of Swords, forced to retreat, the downfall of the leader. Okay, this is the energy that he's in at the moment. You've got the warrior figures, swords down, looking on as they give their leader a send-off, a good old Viking send-off. So something I want to have a look at is Biden's ceasefire proposal, and I suspect this is part of that, what's going on there. Challenged by moving on to a new beginning. Okay, right. Feels like it's going to be one of his last. Okay. And then these warriors here move on. They've got rid of the leader and they're moving on to a new beginning. Okay. Yeah, the world, a significant ending and beginning. And I'm always drawn to this image that reminds me of the Nazis in the Raiders of the Lost Ark at the end when they take the lid off and they basically turn to dust. Significant ending, a new beginning for Netanyahu. His strength is in the past. Just take note of that. The strength of his leadership and who he was is in the past. We've got the Six of Pentacles here. I know in the Rider-Waite it's the giving and receiving help, but this is almost like vanishing from the ranks and closing ranks behind. Okay, this reading's going somewhere a bit different to where I thought it would go. Okay. Immediate future. Yeah, just, I'm going to say, holding on to within his messaging, but his messaging has a very narrow field. This, again, to me, with the four wands around it, reminds me of a failed love story on a big screen, is what I'm getting there. Okay. And, okay, I'm just trying to get the light right here. Externally for him, for Netanyahu, he's chewing on this old branch, but this new movement, this swift movement away, stealing from underneath him. The crusty old dragon chewing on the same old branch, but things have moved on into the star of hope and healing, the defeating of the serpent, defeating of this dragon. Hopes and fears, well, here's Netanyahu as he sees himself. He would love to be emperor for life, as we know a few others would. But there is a fear of him being emperor for life. And then we've got the new start. Significant new start, protection. The Nine of Pentacles. It's often my card for those that have feathered their nest and sitting back in the lap of luxury. Work going on behind the scenes. Dark money. I just look at the aggressiveness here, but this dude's working alone. Okay, what else have I got here? Poor choices, illusion, delusion, poor choices, and yeah, loss. His disregard for human life, the internal corruption, is that poor choice of it. And then we've got the Nine of Cups, but is it the Nine of Cups? Yeah, it's the Nine of Cups. To me, this is the agreements going on in the back of the tavern. So it can be my resistance card, but I'm just seeing that if you've got the two figures here drinking together, I know that we've got justice. Justice, he's going to be out in the cold and he's facing the devil energy being investigated, and it's nightmarish for him. And things are going to come to an end with the Hanged Man there. I don't feel he's going to attend. Oh, on the background, and on the other side of the deck, we've got the Eight of Wands, lot of headlines, tower moment for him, new beginning, a new, like flaming everything that's gone before in a new beginning. I'm going to stick by what I'm seeing and what those cards say. I don't feel he will come in person. I'm getting that it'll be a big screen teleconference type address to Congress, but I'm really feeling it'll be one of his last acts. One of his last acts before he's gone. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. That's more than enough spent on Netanyahu. There's a lot of headlines and more pressing things to get to, so I'm going to leave it there. Let's see how it plays. Love to you all. Take care.